Peace and blessings time, man.
Peace and blessings, world, and welcome to another edition of Fresh Perspective, where we give you a fresh take on this week's hot topics. Sorry we coming to y'all kind of late, but we here and we ready to go. But before we get into the show, gotta introduce the team. First and foremost, always, well, we virtual, so he's not to my right or left, but give it up for my man, Bo 2.0. Bo, how you feeling, man?
What's up, world? Let's get it.
All right, we got the young and talented Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Courtney Chappelle. Talk to me, how you feel?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. What's up?
And can't goes without saying, got to give it up to the man that makes all this possible and makes everything run so smooth, man. Give it up for the professional, Mr. D. Stanfield.
Man, I'm glad to be here, man. Shout out to Ice, even though he couldn't be here, man. Shout out to everybody that's still tuning in, even though it's late, man. Let's get it popping.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna go straight to it. Listen, Miami is up 3-1. Now, this is a series. Personally, I was on wax. I thought Celtics in 6. Now that Miami is up 3-1, Courtney, I'm gonna start with you first, man. Is Boston
fucking
done?
foot in your mouth? That's what.
Yeah, Boston. I mean, it's a wrap. From last time they needed it. They can't seem to get a hold of the zone, make enough shots consistently. Miami really outplaying them. I think the worst thing that happened for the Celtics is as soon as they found a rhythm, they had them 3-4 days off, and you allowed Miami to get tired, get rested as their legs was getting tired, and I just think it's pretty much over for them now.
Wow. I'm actually going to come back to you because, when we was talking off camera, you had broke some things down. You had talked about, the emergence of Bam. You talked about Gordon Hayward and how important he was to the series. But before you get back to that, Bo, talk to me, man. Miami's up 3-1. Is it over, or does the addition of Gordon and helps them get through this? Will they come back?
The addition of Gordon.
I had picked Miami.
Courtney broke this down the other day, but he'll get to it. Go ahead, Bo.
I had picked Miami to go to the finals anyway. I don't think the series is over though. Like I said, Miami is the better team. Boston got better talent. So like what Courtney used to say, series ain't over till whoever win game 5. So if Miami don't put them away, they got a chance. Boston lost. Boston down 3-1, and every game they lost, they could have won. So, hey, I mean, they just gotta it's somebody different from Miami every game. Like they said, it's like last night was Tyler Hero. Game 1 is what Jimmy Butler. Game 2 it was what Bam. So I mean, it's somebody different from every game. So I don't think the series is over, but I still think Miami gonna win. Miami need to win as quick as possible though. Don't let it go 6 or 7. Don't let it go 7 games. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, D. How do you feel about this, man? Is Spoelstra out coaching Stevens right now, or what's going on from your perspective?
Is Spoelstra out coaching Stevens?
Remember LeBron wanted to get rid of Spoelstra?
Yeah, you bring that up quite often, man.
Because that's important, man. Like
that's important
LeBron
to you.
Be a coach killer. He can be a coach killer sometimes. But go ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna put it to you like this, and let me be candid about this, so I can.
Oh my God.
Let me be candid about this, so I can just try to put it in perspective. I think we all said that Eric Spoelstra is a better coach than Brad Stevens, particularly because he's had talent and actually won with it. Now Brad Stevens has never had LeBron, but for 2 straight years, I think we can all agree that on paper he has had the best team in the East.
Best talent in the East.
Yeah. Best talent, best team collectively.
Yeah.
And for 2 straight seasons, it's been a second round exit if he loses tonight, right? So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, second, third round. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think that Eric Spoelstra is necessarily out coaching him right now. I think that Miami is just hungrier than them. They're outworking them. They're more physical than them, which says a lot because Boston is slated as being a physical team, and Miami is just They're grittier. They seem to want it more. And like Bo said, every game is somebody different. Tyler Hero, really?
Hey,
Who?
he was my I picked him, he was my preseason rookie of the year. Remember?
I mean, he's nobody's hero.
Well,
He's my
now, real quick, Bo.
Miami hero right now.
But hold on, Bo. I want you to go a little deeper on this talent versus team situation.
Hey,
Break
hold
that
on.
down.
Let's hold on. 1 second. I want to go on record and give Courtney the credit. When we first started the playoff talk, and damn, I hate doing this. When we first started the playoff talk, Courtney said we sitting up here talking about Milwaukee and Boston. He said fuck around Miami might. I mean, we was talking about Milwaukee and Boston. He said fuck around Miami might come out of the East because people sleeping. And now look what's happening. That's what when we first started talking about the playoffs, he said that. So shout out to Court.
Good point. Shout out to Court. Now, before I get Courtney to break down some other things, Bo, talent versus team. Go a little deeper on that. Break that down. Like, what do you mean they got the best talent, but they don't have the best team?
Boston got the more star power. I mean, you got Kemba Walker, who's an all-star. Jason Tatum's an all-star. Jaylen Brown will be an all-star one day. Gordon Hayward's an all-star before.
So you don't have the best team when you got all that talent? And you got a top-notch coach?
Because Miami like 10 deep, and they ain't even playing. Like, think about it. Kendrick Nunn was third in the Rookie of the Year vote. He's not even getting no burn. Like, Kelly Olynyk is a decent backup power forward center. He's not getting no burn. Boston don't have their big man. Theis is a solid big man, but he's not an NBA starter. He's a bench player, and he's starting, and that's what they lacking at this series. He can't do nothing with Bam down there. Bam is doing what he want when he want in this series, and Theis can't do nothing about it. And Boston messed up this year when they ain't getting no bench. Their best bench player is starting right now, Marcus Smart. In this counter, they ain't giving you nothing. He's not even getting no burn either. So, hey, so they got more star power because you look at Boston, you look at Miami. We don't think Miami don't have a superstar on their team. you could say 2 or 3 players on Boston. If they was on Miami, might be their best player. If Jason Tatum was on Miami, he'll probably be their best player. If Jaylen Brown was on Miami, he'd probably be their best player. If Kemba Walker was on Miami, he'd probably be one of their best players. So, yeah. And why the fuck do Mike Malone not got Michael Porter in the game?
We'll get to that. We still on Miami.
Hey, lay off of Mike Malone, man. He got him there,
Mr.
first
Young
of all.
And talented. You had broke down some things about the importance of Gordon Hayward. Now, I know Gordon Hayward didn't necessarily tip the scales like we thought he was on our private conversation, but kind of break down a little bit, kind of build off of what Bo was talking about in terms of talent and team. Like, you're the aspiring GM, the aspiring scout of the crew. Talk to me about Boston's team and what's going on with them. What are they missing?
When Bo say, I mean, he already said that, but because Bo saying is Miami the better team because they deeper, which they are. Boston is not that deep of a rust. It's just, it is what it is. They built on the stars, the grouping that, for the most part, the grouping that was in the USA games this time last year, plus Gordon Hayward is who they're counting on to take them over the top to get them wherever it is they're trying to go. Well, at this point, to the finals. It's just not, put it like this, for them to beat Miami, Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker, they all got to get 20 plus, along with doing other things. They really, really good at scoring, but somebody got to be the one out of that group in between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Somebody got to be the one to go, yo, I'm going to get rebounds. Yo, I'm going to hustle, and then play off each other offensively, move, get everybody in a groove, find a way to get everybody they buckets. Marcus Smart going to do what he do. You can't expect. He giving you everything he got as far as who he is. He could play a little bit of point.
Which is why he ain't had no reservation in going the hell off.
Right. Because he's giving you everything he got. Any hooping. He could give you, the only adjustments they can make, Romeo Langford got hurt. Me personally, an adjustment I would make with Brad Stevens is tightening his bench, and Eric Spoelstra is willing to let his young boys go. Tyler Hero out here shooting the lights out. There's no reason we watch somebody like Carson Edwards in college, and Brad Stevens has a system that create open lane.
Yeah. And he can go. And he can go.
And he can go as far as scoring if he catches rhythm.
Yeah.
So you can't win for losing when you go into your bench. You go, yo, Carson, get out there. But hey, I'm not asking you to be nothing that you is.
Yeah.
Put him up.
Yeah.
If
Go
it
get a
hit,
bucket.
it's not
Go
gonna
get a
win.
bucket. Go get a bucket. That's what you lose to do.
Right. You get a bucket, go get a bucket. But he's tightening his rotation and the way he's going about it, they look like they playing timid.
Okay, now Courtney, I'm gonna ask you this: should they blow it up?
I don't think it's blowing it up is the issue. They need more parts around. They need a better bench. I'll say this: at some point, you got to put Brad Stevens on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
7 years as multiple players.
Preach.
You got to remember, Brad Stevens started with Rajon Rondo.
Mm-hmm.
Preach.
We are now all the way to Kemba Walker.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, they got to hold Brad Stevens accountable in that division.
Yo, if Brad Stevens' last name was Jackson, he'd have been fired.
You can't talk down on the Sixers and the Sixers. Not saying the Celtics did, but I'm saying people are all over Brent Brown and the Sixers who came from tanking and trying to get players where Brad Stevens never dealt with a tank. He took a team that was veteran laden and they started like weaning them out and he got to do that on the fly. So, like, you got to hold Brad Stevens accountable. If they're going to do anything, even though they just gave that man some money, he might be an issue.
You know who they missed Al Horford this season. They missed
Absolutely. Al Horford is their missing piece right now.
Yeah, he's their missing piece right now. Yep.
He's the big pop, the pick and roll. He's the defensive anchor. He's the vet who's been there to talk guys, know how to motivate guys, and then he can get his own bucket. Like, I said this before. Last offseason when Al Horford took the offer from the Sixers, it hurt both the Sixers and Boston.
Yeah.
And Al Horford.
Al Horford just secured the bag. He ain't give a damn.
But securing the bag, he's still. You got to understand. Let's be clear. I understand the NBA is a business. I understand the bag is the first priority in most cases. He still wants a chip, bro. And he went there to get the bag and to try to get a chip. He ain't getting it.
But in that, he went there to get the bag and the chip, and what he really did was
get the bag.
Hurt Boston and doubled down on not getting the chip.
And it's a case where everybody lost. Everybody.
He got his bag, but what happened was you took away the one person that Boston literally had. When everybody else, he could deal with Ben Simmons and still get his bucket. So you put him and your defensive anchor there, and then you sent them to Philadelphia where he don't work and with a bunch of dudes who can't shoot. So.
But you know what's funny, D? You're a genius. Like, that was the perfect segue. And before I go into the next question, you guys are watching Fresh Perspective, and we just giving it to you fresh and new right now. But Philly's going after D'Antoni. I gotta do my McCullough Mr. Professional, what's going on, man? Is really going after D'Antoni, and why?
Listen, when the rumor came out about Indiana going after D'Antoni, I knew that they had to be going after D'Antoni for a reason, because there was already rumblings that D'Antoni wanted to get back to the East Coast anyway. Now, there has to be a contingency clause there. So if you notice, when the rumors came out about D'Antoni, about Philly seeking out D'Antoni, it wasn't even 3 hours later that the rumors came out that the GM said if they secure D'Antoni, everybody's tradable. That means that James Harden's next, because D'Antoni's like he's saying, I'm not coming to Philly without one of my guys. So it's a crazy case of people forcing their hand. D'Antoni again living his life, and I hate to follow up in Courtney's footsteps on this, but it's D'Antoni living his life just like Andy Reid. He's one of the few guys that don't have to take a year off. He can just go from job to job to job without any penalty of never being a winner. And that's
living his best life. And you know what? Bo, I'm going to leave you last for this one because this is your team. Courtney, How did Dan like? That's a
He
good
said
point.
his team is Golden State, man. What's
Stanfield. Listen, D'Antoni continuously doesn't win. James Harden, you guys ripped him a new one last week. Why would any team want to go D'Antoni, James Harden as if that's a winning formula?
This is on me.
Yeah, this is on you,
Yeah,
brother.
this on you, brother.
Because you had to deal with D'Antoni in New York.
I mean, this is because people still have this weird misconception that Mike D'Antoni is gonna win them something. Philadelphia entertaining Mike D'Antoni is not surprising. My question is, how the hell do you run a 7-second or less offense, which is predicated on shooting 3-pointers and going to the rim really, really fast, if your point guard doesn't shoot very well and your center shoots very well, but you need him in the post to get rebounds, and Tobias Harris damn sure don't shoot well enough to do that, and Al Horford definitely never was Nikola Mirotic or any 3-and-D shooter in his life. So, like you really got to sell the team. Like,
They gonna have to break up the fucking thing. Yeah.
well, first of all, I really don't care. I understand why D'Antoni get these jobs. People just don't have the balls to hire new coaches that, they can have success with. The Sixers coach is already on the staff. It's Ime Udoka. That's the coach for them. If they want to go ahead and go get what's the kid from
Buddy Hill.
They could go ahead and make the trade for Buddy Hill.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's other coaches out there. To me, Udoka is the coach for the Sixers. But again, all in all, the real thing is, how amazing is it going to be to watch Mike D'Antoni and Mike D'Antoni's most successful player both coach in the same fucking division and get the same results?
For those of you that can't follow, he's talking about Steve Nash and Mike D'Antoni. Just in case you guys can't read or are not as perceptive as what's being handed to you.
That was some of that good old grassy knoll right there.
It definitely was. It's like, hey, there's a shooter.
Like, I can't wait. Like, I cannot wait to see these two teams led by dudes who never, ever showed success on the defensive end teach the other guys how to defend and score really good to win a championship. Because neither coach have won a championship before, so this will be amazing to watch.
Where's Thibodeau at? Somebody gonna hire Thibodeau?
He got the job.
Tibbs and Nick coach.
Oh, okay, got you. I was just throwing it out there. Now
look. We leave Tibbs in the Atlantic by himself because Tibbs actually hired a younger staff who he don't got no dealings with that actually develops well. So we might be doing good on that.
Oh, excuse me. So, Bo, you weigh in. I know you say Golden State is your team, but weigh in on Philly, man, because I know you're a Philly guy. You like them Eagles. So weigh in on the process and D'Antoni and Harden.
The process.
If Tony come to Philly, obviously Ben Simmons is gonna be the one that gets shipped out. I mean, don't fit with him. I guess maybe Harden want to come to the East because he damn sure ain't gonna win in the West. So he'll have a bit. If you got Miami Heat going to the finals this year, then Harden probably looking like, damn, if Jimmy Butler take his team to the finals, I got a good shot at doing that
Listen, let's take into consideration KD and Kyrie going to be back.
You're right.
The Nets is like we act like the Nets really don't have that all-star roster.
It's still not the West. Or the West is some. You see this shit going on in the West? This shit is real. You understand me? Then Clay and Steph coming back. We know he can't. We know Harden can't beat them. He can't beat the Lakers. He can't beat the Clippers. He can't beat Denver. Who the fuck he gonna beat? Shit, he gotta get the hell on. But
Go ahead and say it, Bo.
Wait, trading for James Harden. Who do the Sixers give the right?
They gotta give up. Ben definitely gonna be shipped out. Maybe Ben and Al. I mean,
They gonna ship out Baby Magic?
Wait, we're gonna end up with a Houston team with Russell Westbrook, Ben Simmons, and
Russell Westbrook, he'll get traded too. I don't know where he'll go, but him and Ben won't work together. But Russell Westbrook will be on his way out too. So I don't know, man.
Yo,
James Harden.
yo, do y'all realize everywhere that Russell Westbrook has been, the best player on that team next to him has left him? If James Harden leaves.
Wow.
Yo,
Shout out to Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook needs to be in relationships by himself.
You know,
You want to Brooklyn?
interesting.
That's James Harden next team.
I don't know how that'll work, man.
Can you
Oh,
tell
no,
me?
that's not
I don't disagree with that, Court, but can you elaborate on that?
Because I don't think Kyrie gonna make it past 2 seasons. So by the second season, if they don't win the first one, by the second season, that boy getting either traded, retired. Who the fuck knows? But Kyrie not going past 2 more seasons.
He even if they win,
He might retire.
KD's gonna get more of the credit, so he's gonna be furious about that, and then he's gonna leave anyway.
Hey, you say furious. I say I don't think Kyrie gonna be around that much longer, bro.
Okay.
Okay. If we could put a pool on it, you putting if we could put a pool on it, are you putting knees, ankles, foot, or what? Like what do you or is he gonna fall off the flat earth? I mean,
No, hold on. Kyrie is a highly intelligent person. Like Kyrie is one of those guys.
yo,
who
stop
has
talking to me about smart dummies, man. You sound like people saying Nas was smart. Shut up, man.
Listen, Kyrie is gonna do something else.
Kyrie is gonna be playing basketball in Australia.
Yep, he going back home. They're gonna be playing it. I'm coming home.
Well, Bo, you sitting there all into that Denver game, man. Denver finally got a game. You know, and they could be 2-1, but AD hit an amazing shot. Personally, I call Lakers in 5. How do you feel about this series? Do you feel like I know you're looking at the game right now, so what's the score? Do you feel like
Game
Denver
over,
can pull it out? Oh, game over.
Game over. The Lakers won.
So is it over?
I mean, Denver's not gonna win this series. They could win this series. They gotta believe, but it's over with, man. Denver could.
Hold on. Now you telling me a team that was basically facing elimination games the past 2 series don't believe? Come on, Bo.
Man, they gotta.
It's a big difference between the rest of the teams that they beat and the Lakers.
And the Lakers, man, like that's a big difference. You know what I mean?
How everybody was saying that the Clippers was built.
The Clippers still had to get over their own mental anguish of being losers for the entire.
I don't even want to talk about the Clippers no more, man. Fuck Doc. Fuck Paul George. George Paul.
Nah. You said no. Doc Rivers was the best coach in the bubble, according to you.
I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. He ain't shit. Okay. But Denver, I mean, I don't know what the fuck Mike Malone was doing. Your third best scorer is sitting on the bench. Put him in the game. You need a blanket. Goddamn. Shit.
Shout out to the SEC, man.
Michael Porter Jr. is 5 for 8 with 13.8 rebounds.
He slow cursed on that one.
He's not in the fucking game. Come on, Mike Malone. Put him in the game.
He slow cursed on that one.
Me personally, is it over? I believe so. And it's not that they can't come back. It's not that I don't think they don't believe, and I don't think they got the team. I'm gonna be super real. I'm gonna put it on wax. The problem is Gary fucking Harris.
Okay.
I've been on wax since the last 2 seasons. They need to let Gary Harris go. He in the way. But Gary Harris hasn't shown up yet. He is the one guy you haven't heard have a big game. You haven't heard his name. You haven't heard tonight. Gary Harris hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. Gary Harris played 19 minutes, 1 for 5, 1 for 2 from 3, 2 rebounds, no assists, 2 fouls, 3 points. Paul Millsap had that and was in foul trouble. With 2 less minutes, he had more points, more rebounds, more assists. This series is breaking down to Gary Harris not showing up. Literally, Michael Porter, double digits. Morris, double digits. Gary Harris, no. Jamal Murray, 32.
Hey, man, it's simple, bro. They drafted the wrong Gary. They drafted Gary Harris instead of Gary Trent. They go get Gary.
How all jokes aside, at some point, Mike Malone might have to go, yo, Gary, you struggling. PJ, we playing.
Exactly. I was about to say, put PJ Dozier in the game.
It might be, Gary, you struggling. Gary, I'm going to take you off the starting lineup. Morris off the bench. Morris, I'm going to put you in the starting lineup. And then PJ Dozier, we're going to upgrade you. And we'll limit Gary Harris, depending on how the team.
Even if you don't want to put Morris in the starting lineup, put Torian Craig in there. Somebody. Shit.
Or go ahead and switch it back to Michael Porter. It's just right
Exactly.
now, I think it was the...
I would go back to Michael Porter. I think that's the move.
Maybe it was the Utah series. I'm not sure what series it was. But Gary Harris wasn't starting. Maybe he was hurt the first series. He wasn't starting, and then they put him out. He's just struggling right now. Like, he's giving them...
Who's LeBron guarding on defense? Grant?
Nope, he's not guarding anybody.
Look,
LeBron is not guarding anyone.
Somebody make him play defense.
Right. The reason he get the lag off is because
he ain't got to guard nobody.
Gary Harris.
That's why I said go back with Michael Porter. Go back with Michael Porter in the starting lineup. First of all, let's be clear. He don't give a fuck who you are. He's already come for his coach. He's come for his players. He's come at Jamal Murray. Put that young boy out there and ride or die with him. If y'all lose, y'all was gonna lose anyway. If y'all win, you got it. If y'all get out of this series and Michael Porter Jr. is in the starting lineup, y'all got a monster on your hands.
So D, you don't think Denver has a chance? You think they cooked?
I think they'll get another game, but I think it's over. I think it's over, but not because I like Mike Malone. If it wasn't for Mike Malone, they wouldn't even be here. That's first and foremost. I said y'all ignored what he did in Sacramento. Y'all ignored how highly praised he was, even though Vlade Divac came in there and did the dumb shit. And now I think everywhere he's been, he's won.
Can I ask that question?
And winning is relative. Let's just be clear, because I know Courtney's sitting over there with the sprinkles. But go ahead, Bo, because I want to make sure.
If the Lakers win this series, who would give them a better series? Miami or Boston?
Miami.
Yeah. I think Miami too.
Well, actually,
they both gonna give them a good series though.
Can Bam really do anything with AD?
I'm gonna tell you.
He athletic enough to play with him. I'm gonna say that.
What were you saying, Court?
I'll tell you. I'm wrong.
He played bigger than what he is.
I'm wrong. Boston actually gives them the better series.
Why, Court? Why, Court?
Huh?
Why?
Because it come a point, this the finals, bro. It come a point where superstars gotta be super. And in Miami, all that shit cute with Tyler Hero doing, and Tyler Hero is a baller, a legit baller. But when this shit get the ISO, and ain't no more of that running off screens and just letting it fly, I don't know who to trust on Miami with Kendrick Nunn not really playing. I don't trust Jimmy Butler. Yeah. Goran Dragic, he can create his own thing. I mean, they got a deeper unit to deal with them in flurries, but I just like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum seeing LeBron James and wanting that smoke more than Miami. Miami gonna give him a fight, but he gonna punk Jimmy Butler like he normally do. It's like seeing Paul Millsap.
Y'all make sure y'all like and share the show, man. Listen, I disagree with you all. Wait, hold on. I actually don't disagree with you from the superstar standpoint. I think that's something that I didn't consider. So thank you for bringing that piece up. Where I disagree with you is who will give them the better series, and the reason that I feel like they would give them, I feel like Miami would get in a better series. And I don't know, Bo, you agree with that or not? Before I go into it.
I think Miami give them a better series. And
okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I feel like Miami gives them the better series for two reasons: because they want it more, and because they're better coached. I feel like the pedigree behind Eric Spoelstra takes them into LA, where that pedigree used to live and thrive, and say, yeah, I used to own this town. We gonna own this bitch again, Pat Riley, and he. Unlike the majority of people that that go into that town, he doesn't really give a f about the he don't give a fuck about the history there. He don't care who's been there. He don't care who's on the team right now. He don't care about no AD shit. Like everybody on that team is, and he built that team like that, and lets Eric Spoelstra do his thing. So I feel as though I feel like Miami's prime for that. Plus the whole AD situation. Like Bam might not be able to contain AD 1-on-1, but let's be clear, he's athletic enough to stay with him and give him problems. I don't know anybody on Boston's team that is capable of doing that. Not one.
Before Bar go, sidebar. Before Bo go, sidebar. I do want to say, because I did say it in the chat, that mentally, I'll take Miami. If you're asking me, Court, y'all know how big I am on the mental aspect of the games more than I'm on athletic and skill side. I think mental is like more important than all of it.
Facts.
The mental side of it, I'll take Miami in a heartbeat because I know Pat gonna have them mentally right, and all the antics and all that the Lakers do, that ain't gonna bother them at all.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 100%.
Okay, all right, Bo, and everybody, make sure you please like and share the show. This is Fresh Perspective. Bo, I want you to touch on this real quick, and then I'm gonna make a quick pivot and go off to that shield.
After Bo finish, let's jump into the comment section, man, because we got a couple comments in the comment section, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay, sure. I couldn't see him. All right, go ahead, Bo.
I think Miami can give him a better series because Eric Spoelstra, you know Brian. He used to coach him. He had him for 4 years. He know what he liked to do best. And like what you said, D, what I was about to say, Bam is athletic enough to play with AD. And Miami got a lot of bodies they can throw at Brian. Can none of them stop him? But they can throw Jimmy at him. They can throw Jay Crowder at him. They can throw Iggy at him. They got bodies they can throw at Brian. So that'll be better for them. They got different looks. And like you said, they like you said, they wanted more. Miami wanted more. They feel like they were supposed to be here anyway. So I think Miami will give them better series. And that's all I got to say.
Last time Bron saw Iggy, he went home.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, back to the comment section, D.
All right, jumping into the comment section, man. First of all, thank everybody for tuning in to the Fresh Perspective Sports Show, man. We really appreciate y'all. Trust Raven says, been telling y'all boys about the Heat. Well, can't blame Kyrie. Dalton Smith said...
That's a shot to her. Can't blame Kyrie now.
Dalton Smith said, "What's up, guys, man? Shout out to Dalton Smith, man. One of the real pillars of the Rise Up family, man. Shout out to you, bro." Trust Raven said, speaking of coaching, Mike Malone, and then he put his heads up. See, I disagree with that Stockton, man, but I'm gonna move on with that. Then he went on to say, Miami Heat, they don't have egos like Boston. It feels like in the fourth quarter, and particularly Tatum feels somewhat timed in the fourth, as if he don't want to make a mistake. Marcus Smart, a rotation guy, playing starters minutes, but that's none of my business.
Sip that tea, bro.
Who is Boston leader?
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart or Kemba Walker.
Well, Marcus Smart said he's their leader. He said that.
I mean, Jaylen Brown said that. Jaylen Brown said that right after he got smacked in the locker room. Hey man, we don't know what happened. All we know is that stuff got thrown and somebody heard fisticuffs. Hey man, listen. All I know is that Jaylen Brown, as dark as he is, looked a little darker that night. All right. Donovan Samuel said, "Thank you, Rondo." Ron Thomas said, "What up, everyone?" Shout out to Ron Thomas. Trust Raven said, "Miami clearly has the better chance of giving the Lakers a run for their money." Ron Thomas went on to say Boston is too small to contend with the Lakers. That's actually a good point as well. And then Trust Raven said, "Laugh out loud. Boston need that UConn Kemba. We seeing the Hornets Kemba." Yo, hey, wait. That third year Hornets Kemba though, that guy was something else. But
they need cardiac Kemba. They get Kemba Walker. They need cardiac Kemba if they want to come back and win this series.
I hear you,
man. That's dope. And once again, you guys are checking out Fresh Perspective, and we appreciate you guys for
I
tuning in
disagree
the
with
show.
that. I'm not gonna let
Please,
that
please
stand.
like the
Yeah, don't
show.
let that slide,
Please
Court.
like the
Please don't
show.
let that slide.
Hey, Courtney, did you
No,
have
no, no,
one
no.
before I go to the NFL?
Court,
Before I
please
go
do
to
not let that
NFL?
slide. Do not let
I'm
that
not.
slide.
I'm not gonna let that slide. Hold
All
on.
right, go ahead, cook.
First of all, I need to relax. Kemba Walker only averaged 16 points in his entire career. Like that, his highest average was 23 points, y'all. Like, let's relax. That was his championship year. It was a beautiful thing. I get it, but Kemba Walker not walking out the issue when Jason Tatum scored 0 points in a half. Like, I get that he ended with 28 because he blitzed it, but he started with 0 points in a half, y'all. Like,
Steph Curry did that too last year.
I'm with you, but when if Curry don't got Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson,
He has reason to not score points. If other cats on that team is hot, he don't have to take a shot.
KD was injured. Clay carried him that first
oh,
game.
you talking about
In Houston, remember? Game 6.
Houston series?
Bruh,
Yeah,
he got teammates from top to bottom where if other cats is hot, he don't have to take a shot. He got Iggy, he had Iggy, he had goddamn Klay Thompson, he had Sean Livingston, he had Draymond Green who was hot that game.
I'll just say this. Kemba Walker is his highest. I had to double check it. His highest playoff average is 22. He averaging 19 right now. I will say this. Goran Dragic is doing a little too much too freely. Kemba Walker not to have 30.
Ain't you the one that posted that Goran Dragic has been their best offensive player since the playoffs started?
Oh yeah. Goran.
Facts.
Goran been on it.
He been killing.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right, man, check it out, guys. I gotta make that pivot. We already going into week 3, guys, for the NFL, and so far we've had 2 weeks. It's been kind of different because it hasn't been a whole lot of fans, no preseason, but Phil, I'm gonna start with you, man. It's a lot of. I'll say this: the league is in good hands when it comes to the quarterback position right now.
Oh, this is
Who
where
do you
this
feel
where we
like
going with this?
Who has jumped out? Who has impressed you in the cornerback position this year so far after 2 weeks?
Man, this is. Bo, forgive me for saying this, okay?
Well, you can say he been playing like shit.
No. He said most surprising. Okay. I'll do both sides of the spectrum. Cause to be honest with you, okay, all right. Fuck, man. The most surprising quarterback to me has been fucking Josh Allen. It pains me to say this because Ice is not here, and I know Marcus the Alphabets is licking his chops because I owe him $50 for saying that Trubisky would average more passing yards per game than Josh Allen. I did not know that at that time that they were going to get the talent that they got in Stefon Diggs on top of getting Zach Moss and having and because they have Zach Moss, they have a healthy Devin Singletary. And then yo, I mean, I know it was Miami, and I know that Cam dismantled Miami in the previous week, but Buffalo's always had an issue with Miami as a legit rival, and yet and still, I think Josh put up 412, like 3 or 4 touchdowns. The dude, he was lights out, and the game winning drive. So I'll give him credit where it's due. The other surprise on the positive side that I won't say surprise, but the impressive guy on the positive side, which is not a surprise at all, is me and Court's guy Russell Wilson. Man, he's continued to be lights out without taking a drop. Like no preseason games. COVID-19, people saying he not black, Future coming for his baby, for his wife, and yet and still, you know why he's here. He's killing you. So on the negative side, I think it, without a doubt, shout out to Bo, man. I hate to say it, Carson Wentz is a hell of a disappointment that cannot be overlooked. Listen, it was before that. It was before that, bro. Carson Wentz has been atrocious. He's single handedly been the worst franchise identified starting quarterback that's denoted as a franchise level QB. He's been the worst guy out there. Yeah, I mean he's been horrible. I mean he's been really, really bad. And that says a lot because Dwayne Haskins has been towering over him. and we all shitted on Dwayne last year, and look at what he's been able to accomplish. So
in my defense, I said they would have a better year and he would have a better season.
You did say that, and you said that on the predication that they would have a different coach that would actually give him an opportunity to play. So, and that's exactly what's happening. Let's not ignore the fact that Ron Rivera has a special affinity for black coaches anyway. I mean, for black quarterbacks anyway. So, okay, moving on.
Okay, so Courtney, I'm gonna go over to you, man, since you chimed in. The quarterback position, first 2 weeks, stood out to you, good and bad.
Most surprising, Jared Goff. I thought it was over for Jared Goff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wrote him off, and and everybody here knows. Year one, I had a lot of support for Jared Goff. I felt like the offense, not that he was the best one of those guys, but I felt like him and his coach and their connection and they growth together. I felt like that offense was built for him and the coach was for him, so I felt like he was in a good position. Then I gave up on him, but he surprised me. Of course, they're not like lights out and it's nothing, but he's come back with new life. I was against moving Todd Gurley, but they've moved Todd Gurley. They moved a couple of pieces off the defense, a couple offensive pieces they interchanged, got the lineman. He looks like the guy from year one. He looks like he knows what he's doing. He don't look like he's second guessing, and he just playing free. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's early. They ain't really get to him yet, but so far he just looks much more comfortable, more at peace in the offense. He just looked free out there to me. Most disappointing. I know everybody just thought I was going to line Carson Wentz, which I'm not. Most disappointing is Kirk Cousins. He's playing like absolute, excuse my language, shit. Like, and all jokes aside, to get guaranteed like that.
With all the money?
Yeah, homie. At this point, you might as well leave his ass out of Minnesota with the rest of the protesters, because he ain't doing shit out there. He just throwing empty passes. You feel me? Like he buys what up out there and fucking protest. They about to protest his ass next. He's gonna be the next one to protest. Like he's ridiculous. That is my most disappointing Carson Wentz. My most surprising is Jared Goff, which is surprising because he'll play Josh Allen this week. So I'll really get a feel. I'm not gonna diss Josh. Josh has played, but he's not surprising me. I just don't like him personally. But as far as the talent, he can play, but personally, I can't fucking stand him. So, as far as Carson, I'm not going to diss Carson, though I do have some amazing stats for the people, I do.
I knew it was coming.
And he's currently touting the 32nd worst QBR in the league, the 29th worst completion in the league, the 32nd worst yards per attempt in the league, and the nigga is tied for 33 in the league in interceptions. This shit is fucking amazing. Losing Saquon Barkley was one thing for me, but watching him fucking disintegrate is even better. Who gives a fuck? We could go 0 for 16 as long as he continues to play like this season. Life is good.
Man, on that note, Vogue 2.0, I'm going to give it to you, man. Week 2. Who stood out to you in a positive note in terms of quarterbacks? Stood out on a negative note.
The obvious answer is either Russell Wilson, Josh Allen been playing good, but I'm gonna say Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill and David Carr. Ryan Tannehill and David Carr. I thought Tannehill was
Derek Carr, by the way.
Tennessee paid him.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr, man. Tennessee paid him. I thought last year was a fluke what Tennessee was doing with that. He got 6 touchdowns this year, no interceptions in the first 2 games. He been playing good. Mm-hmm. Derek Carr, Derek Carr, yeah, he been playing good. The Raiders, Josh Jacobs, oh my God, he could tote that bitch. The Raiders look good. Dan Waller look good. The tight end they got. Those are the two that stood out the most to me. And
Yeah.
obviously, Carson Wentz been playing like shit. But it's only been 2 games, so I want people to like pipe down a little bit, relax, okay? Because he did take a practice squad team to the playoffs last year. It's only been 2 games. The NFC East is weak. And the extra team getting the playoffs this year. We'll be okay. I'm telling you, we'll be okay. We should win our next 2 games. If we don't beat Cincinnati, then that's when you got them. Stop calling. Get everybody on the horn, okay? The Carson Wentz game might be up out of here. And we gonna beat the Cincinnati Bengals.
Hey man,
So we should-
can we? Hey, I gotta do this, man. I have to do this. Let's go to the comment section because
All right,
this is about to be. This is about to be amazing. I'm literally going to enjoy this. I promise you. I'm gonna start with Donovan Samuel. Shout out to Donovan Samuel's Rizzo family, man. He said the Raiders, whatever. Ethan Tweedy said we'll see Raven Trust, and then here it comes. This is one I actually believe in. So Donovan Samuel said, where do you rank Darren Waller amongst the tight ends in the NFL? Darren Waller. Okay, so okay. Thank you, Bo. Okay, so first of all, let's be clear. Darren Waller
I got a Darren Waller story.
Oh, hold on. Let me just. Darren Waller this past week had 12 catches for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. Correct, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that. Yeah.
He is easily the fastest tight end in football right now.
Easily.
It's not close. Remember when Vernon Davis was dominating tight ends in terms of physical skill? He literally. It's not close, and he catches the rock. The catch rate is crazy, which is why I didn't mention, and this is why I didn't mention Derek Carr in my surprises, because the bailout guy that he has at his accessibility is like Mahomes with Travis Kelce. Only Mahomes is actually really good.
All right, well, listen. Let me cook on Darren Waller real quick.
Okay.
Darren Waller was a wide receiver at Georgia Tech, and he ran a 4.3 at 6'5".
Correct.
He was drafted by my Ravens, and we ended up turning him into a tight end. So, I don't know if you guys remember last summer. Darren Waller was working at Sprouts Market on East-West Connector because he had already been suspended by the league twice.
For drug problems, right?
Yeah, for something.
Yeah.
So let me just. I just want to ask: are you dry snitching right now, or are you like?
No, this is all facts. This is all.
No, I'm just saying. Are you snitching because he didn't come through for the Ravens? I mean, because that's what it sounds like.
This is part of his story.
Okay.
No, it's a feel good story.
Okay. All right.
So he was working at Sprouts. I noticed him. We chopped it up. He was still on the Ravens squad at the time, and he and I was just talking. And he was like, one of the things he said to me was, I finally got my shit together. And so he came in, we had Hayden Hurst, we had, Andrews. He ended up on the practice squad, even though he really deserved to be on the team. The Raiders picked him up and knew exactly what to do with him. So the man is sober. The man works his tail off. He still has the speed. He still has the hands. So this is a story of redemption. And that's what he told me when we was just sitting there chopping it up in Sprout. So the man wasn't too proud to go get a job. Okay, so he was suspended. He was working. He wasn't sulking. He wasn't doing all of that.
What do you mean too
stuff.
proud? You act like the guy from the Cosby Show wasn't working at Target 2 years ago. Yo, stop giving these people credit for doing what they got to do. Yo. Y'all kill me with that.
Okay, he was working at a grocery store.
Hey,
but
listen,
he got himself together and he's sober. So what you're seeing now is what we was always supposed to see. It's just we didn't see it because he was doing whatever it was.
Bruh, if you run a 4.39 as a tight end, you should be doing what he's doing.
Hey, shout out to him for getting his shit together.
Hey man, shout out to him for not being
not being down on himself in life and fighting through that and getting to the point he's at now. That being said, because we feel great about his story, and we are not just gonna fucking put him top 5 just because he fucking feels good after 2 games. Like I got it. He got his shit.
No. Court. Okay, so hold on, Court. Hold on, Court. Hold on, Court. This is what I'm saying.
5 seasons and just be like, nah, you
When
5 because of your
Court, this is not this is what I'm saying, bruh. This is okay. Thank you, Bo. This is what I'm saying. It's not like yes.
He had 1,100 yards last year.
Yes, he played ball out last year in a year where Derek Carr was either hurt or playing like trash.
He had 1,100 yards last year.
And then hold on, Court. This is what I'm talking about. We live in an era. We live in a passing era. So tight ends that can catch the ball and got a little speed, they can get off. We know that, right? You feel me? The dude blocks like crazy and has a decent football IQ that really puts him on the same. Like when they played San Francisco, he
went to Georgia Tech.
Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I know other people that went to Georgia Tech. Allen Iverson went to Georgetown. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, Travis Kelce's one. Greg Kittle's number 2.
Okay, George Kittle's 2. So he better than OJ Howard.
Yeah, he better. Yeah, he way better than OJ Howard.
Mark Andrews is 3.
Zach Ertz is probably 3.
No. Mark Andrews is probably 3. Zach Ertz is probably 4.
Mark Andrews is not better than Zach Ertz yet.
Right now he is.
Yes, he is.
Right now, right.
But either way, Mark Andrews, Zach Ertz, George Kittle, Travis Kelce. That's 4.
Right.
He's 5. He's better than Grunt right now.
So he's better than Jimmy Graham.
Yes.
Yes.
He's better than Jared Cook.
Yes.
Yes.
He's better than Jordan Reed.
Yes.
Yes.
He's better than Greg Olsen.
Yes.
Yes.
He's better than Trey Burton.
Yes.
Yes.
Better than OJ Howard. I'm just going off the name.
Yeah. I got you. I see what you're doing. Go ahead.
He better than Jack Doyle.
Yes.
Yes.
He's better than Hunter Henry.
Yes.
Yes.
He's better than Kyle Rudolph.
Yes.
That is a competition right there.
He's better than David Njoku.
Yes.
Ooh.
Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep
Yes.
on it.
He's better than Delaney Walker.
Yes, he's better than Delaney Walker.
He better than Delaney Walker. The Njoku thing that's interesting.
He's better than Njoku, man.
I'm not saying that he's not. I'm saying it's interesting because they. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
I mean, outside of that is Dallas Garber.
Yeah, he better than all the rest of them. The Kyle Rudolph thing, that's a competition.
Listen, Hayden Hurst.
No, hold on. I didn't. I'm not sleeping on Hayden Hurst. I didn't even name Evan Ingram and all of them. When I say the boy is good, I believe he's good. I just believe personally to put him 5 right now.
I will say this. Okay, I hear where you're coming from, Court. If he remains healthy for the rest of this year, if he remains healthy this year, and they continue running the offense the way that they're running it, which is heavy run dominant, and then let Derek Carr go to the bailout guy when shit goes crazy, he will solidify himself as a top 5 tight end.
I'm about top 5 right now.
I especially talent wise, he's top 5.
Njoku don't even start no more. That's why he want to get traded.
And look, man, shout out to Darren.
Trust Raven said, "What about Austin Hooper?"
He's better than Austin Hooper.
Austin's cool. But I would put Waller over Austin Hooper. Now there's another question that I wanted to ask you guys.
Watch out for Kyle Kmet.
And Courtney kind of alluded to this a little bit when he first started. It's only been 2 weeks, and last week, I mean, it was carnage in terms of the injuries. Saquon gone for the year. Tavon, my boy.
Hey man, can we have a moment of silence for Saquon? To get hurt right before a contract year. Damn.
That hurt.
Damn.
And what does he have under 20 yards for the year?
Yeah, I think so. I think he has he got 21. He got 15 and 6. That's 21. Ugh, it's disgusting.
And like you said, in a contract year, so I was wrong in the chat. I said that his money wouldn't be messed up. I think you guys are possibly right. But D, I'm gonna start with you on this one. It was a lot of injuries Do you feel like this is because of the lack of preseason and preparation, or you think it's just a situation where these guys is just faster, stronger, hitting harder, and this is what the game is going to look like?
I don't think it's none of that. I think that I don't know if Court gonna agree with me on this one. I think that because Daniel Jones is so young, and because he's still trying to even with his very good play at times, he's still trying to figure some things out. I think they're putting a lot of load on Saquon. The injuries prove that,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
one hurt. It was like seven guys that went out for the year last year.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about the transition between when Saquon came in the league and what has happened, what has transpired since then. He came in the league. Odell was on the team. The very next year, Odell's gone. Eli Manning is in turmoil as a starter, and so he has to not only take on the immediate onus of being a captain as a rookie, pretty much, but also carrying the load that he has to carry as a second year running back, on top of trying to help out a rookie quarterback. Like it's a lot. If I'm the New York Giants in that situation, as great as he is, I'm going to get another monster to make sure that that's a two-headed monster, to make sure that you're not Derrick Rose in that guy. Because what happened is he's carrying the load, and we all know that the lifespan on a running back, no matter how good you are, is sparing at least. I mean, we could look at various instances. I look at Todd Gurley for over the last two games with the Atlanta Hawks. He does not look the same, man. He's only 26 and he does not look the same. So I think he's just taking on too much. On top of the fact that it's been you transition into Aaron Judge as your head coach, who was a New England guy. So it's not Joe Judge. I'm sorry, Joe Judge, who's a New England guy. The running is not going to stop. It's going to get more because they are. He runs an offense that is predicated on not turning the ball over and controlling the clock, especially when you got a young quarterback. So the load has not decreased. It has probably stayed the same or increased, and that's ironically what it is, which is also ironically not anything different than what we saw with him at Penn State. Remember, he had some injury issues at Penn State, even though they were minor injuries. They were injuries nonetheless, which ultimately prevented them from winning the national championship. So,
Hey, now, Bo, I mean, I know Devon kind of stayed on the Saquon situation, but I mean, he wasn't the only one that got hurt, man. Nick Bosa got hurt. You know, it's a couple of cats that got hurt. So, do you feel like
Bosa, sorry,
in terms of, you know, not having preseason games or not having the same type of off season that they normally have with the OTAs and everything? How do you explain all of these injuries that we've had this past week?
Yeah, I definitely feel like that played a factor. No OTAs, no mandatory workouts. I mean, you got to understand, people was in the house. I mean, unless some of them players working out on their own, which some of them probably wasn't. Yeah, their body wasn't probably where it needed to be at this time. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely feel like it played a factor. I mean, it's harsh what happened, but hey man, it's part of life. It is what it is. Just 2020. Shit, we don't know what's gonna happen. Every day something new.
Yeah, C-Mac got hurt. Your boy Jalen Rager got hurt.
Yeah,
he out 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Ooh.
That's gonna hurt.
What quarterback got hurt?
Garoppolo got hurt.
Garoppolo. Yep.
That's why I said we should win our next two games. Because we got Cincinnati and we got 49ers.
So
they lost their best two D-linemen.
Let Courtney weigh in on these injuries real quick, though. Do you feel it was the offseason or the lack thereof of the offseason? Or you think this is just the NFL now? These cats is faster, stronger, hitting harder than ever.
Here's my thing about the injuries. A lot of injuries happen. I feel like the Niners caught it the worst, but I mean, I think Bo said this a couple weeks ago. You know, most Super Bowl teams, they don't go back or they be beat up and hurt. So the following year. That's just a current trend. As far as I'll break them down injury by injury. As far as the Saquon Barkley thing go down for me, it's a tough one. It's on his contract year. New coach, new system, new offensive headline, a lot of new things. So you kind of want him around. I felt like he had a bad first game, and if you really look at the first game, though he got injured multiple times, if you look, he was running good. He looked like he was going to have the game that everybody kept asking for him to have. He was running hard. He was moving. So, is it tough? It's super tough on us. For me personally, though, I'm not down on it because we had to deal with him injured basically the ending of the season. So I've seen Daniel Jones without him before. So I'm not too worried about that. I think the beauty in this is, yes, he tore his ACL, I believe. Tore his ACL.
Fully tore his ACL, partially tore his MCL, and tore quite a bit of cartilage as well.
From hearing from the doctors, he should recover back here, completely.
That knee will probably come back stronger, considering what he tore. Yeah.
But in that, I think it gives us a chance to build a line. It shows you that's going to be what the attackers are going to be over the next 18 months. There's going to be offensive linemen, better chemistry. I think Daniel Jones will be better suited and better fitted for when Saquon Barkley come back. I actually think the team will be better built for Saquon Barkley when he actually gets back. I think the coaching and everything will be ready for him to just plug in and be the back they need him to be. But I don't give excuses. Daniel Jones still got to play quarterback. He still got to make the right decisions, make the right reads. They brought in Devontae Freeman, which I think is productive. I don't think he's going to, go crazy, but he'll be productive enough to where Daniel Jones got to make the plays. He got drafted to make the plays. So no excuse there. Joey Bosa, Jimmy Garoppolo, and losing the running back, Marset. The 49ers is who I feel bad for. They just got decimated. And it's only 2 games. It's only 2 games in. You get what I'm saying?
They lost Bosa. They lost Solomon. Garoppolo.
Adams got hurt.
George Kittle.
That's what happens when your best player is a supporter of 45.
Deebo Samuel hurt, right?
Yeah, that's why I said we beat the Bengals and we got them. We should win.
That's what happens when your best player supports 45. You end up losing.
It's a combination. A lot of people got hurt around the league. C-Mac took a hit.
Oh yeah.
Quick guys, I need to pivot again. I know this wasn't on the list of stuff to talk about, but we got to talk about this. What happened with the Falcons last week?
28-3.
Same old Falcons, man. I don't know. Let me tell y'all something before y'all talk. I told y'all what the Falcons was. The Falcons is like that girl that you just love, and you just keep letting her come back in your life, and she gonna keep breaking your heart. That's the Atlanta Falcons. You gotta let them go. Let them go.
You gotta let them go.
I told y'all what I thought about Atlanta. I told y'all the moment they allowed Cam Newton to go to New England and not come into the Atlanta Falcons organization and put pressure on Matt Ryan, I gave up. I'm mental aspect works. Sometimes you got to put fire on somebody's ass.
39 points.
Something's wrong with your microphone, bro.
I know what he's asking me because I know Irv. Irv wants to break down about.
No, I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to allow that. Listen.
I know what he's saying.
No. I'm not. And I'm saying I'm cutting it off right now. I'm not even going to let Irv talk about. Listen, Irv. I'm speaking for Courtney right now.
No.
The Atlanta Falcons are just like the city of Atlanta. When the pressure gets really tough and it's time to eat it, they choke.
How are you going to put that on Matt Ryan? He gave you 30.
He's been doing it for 14 years.
No, it's an easy answer for this. How do I put it on Matt Ryan? What was the score? What was they up, Irv?
They was up 20-0.
29-10.
The game?
29-10.
He
20-0.
was up 20 and lost the game, correct?
I'm not going to let you do that to him.
All right, I seen him up 28-3. Y'all niggas tried to blame everybody but him again. I'm going to say this. If you're up 28-3 and you're up 20-0,
Hey,
you lose multiple times.
Hey, Court, I got you. Hey. No. Stop, Irv. Cause now I'm about to play. I told you I was about to play court. You thought you was getting out of this. It's not happening. Yeah. Josh Allen was up 24-3. The Miami Dolphins came back, tied it up. You know what happened? Josh Allen won the game. When the rest of your teammates fall short of what the expectation is, the onus goes back on you. And one thing that we can say about Matt Ryan is, in those situations, he is falling short. Turnovers, not throwing the ball. No. Turnovers, not throwing the ball away, and not being able to get your guys the ball when they are 5 yards ahead of defenders are prime characteristics of a person, like Courtney said, that either needs fire up under his ass, or he needs to get the hell up out of there and get his ass a fresh start somewhere the hell else.
He gave you 39 and plus 400.
Oh my
Gave
God.
you 39 and plus 400.
Josh Allen gave you 34 plus 400 and a W. That's what you.
Can I talk?
Go ahead.
How was it Matt Ryan's fault that the special teams players sat there and watched that ball just roll? You learned that in Pop Warner. They could have touched the football.
It's Matt Ryan's fault because I'm about to tell you, it's Matt Ryan's fault because when you had the lead by 20 plus, you took your foot off the fucking throttle. You got complacent just like you did in the Super Bowl when you should have put up another 20. That's why.
Ryan call his own plays.
You're not listening. See, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody want to give somebody an excuse as to why. Right. At the end of the day, when you sign up for that type of position, they win with you and they lose with you. It is your fault if you don't put up 50 on a team that you know can get you 50. Period.
As people have been commenting on this, is the comment section going on for?
No, because everybody agrees. Everybody. Ron Thomas is the only one that has commented recently, and he said the Bears will get it this weekend. I guess he's saying the Bears will get a W this weekend because we playing the Falcons. Look at our records versus the Falcons lately. It's quite promising, to say the least. Anyway. Trust Raven, your guy Trust Raven said stop it. Matt Ryan ain't a leader. Laugh out loud. Boston College ass dude.
Hey, we ain't gonna act like Julio didn't drop a touchdown though.
Hey, real talk, Bo. Julio could drop as many touchdowns as he want, because you know what? When it was 28-3 and Matt Ryan leaded the bailout on that sideline, Julio ain't dropped that.
True.
And then what happened? Somebody took a 17 yard. Then what happened after that? Somebody took a 17-yard sack instead of throwing the ball away.
I just wanted to bring it up real quick.
Say that again, Irv.
I said I had to bring that up, man, because some of the videos that those Falcon fans were putting up had me in tears, man. I felt bad. They had me laughing, bro. Oh, they had me laughing. But real quick, this next question is for both.
Hey, hold on. Since you gonna bring up some stuff that's not on the list, I'm gonna bring up some stuff that's not on the list that I don't even know if we want to talk about. But I'm gonna give honor to the person who we should be talking about in the midst of all this situation. How do you feel about your quarterback, your guy, Lamar Jackson, stepping up and talking about the whole Breonna Taylor thing in the midst of all the charges all the stuff that's going on around that case, and the fact that this country and that coon ass AG in Kentucky allowed another travesty to go on in a situation that they blundered?
I mean, big trust, man. Lamar trust. I think Lamar is an amazing young talent in the league. I mean, he's the MVP, man. Number one in the top 100 players. I'm happy he's our quarterback. Thank you, Ozzie, for drafting a young man.
Do you think that he should just stick to football like a lot of people, including some people in our circle, would say?
No, I think the young man should be who he is. He should be a whole person. I think as a society we put too much on our terms of wanting them to, you know, take charge and be the front line or the forefront on certain. I don't expect our athletes to be on the forefront, but they are full people. They are human beings. So if there's something on their heart and they want to speak on it, kind of like the tennis player Osaka, it was something on her heart. So she wanted to bring light to it. She wanted to speak on it. Now, I don't expect them to throw away their opportunities that they worked so hard for to, assure that something gets done. No. But if they feel like if they have millions of eyes on it, they would like to make a statement and they would like to bring attention to it, I'm cool with that. But to the extent that people want people to throw away their opportunity, and, you know, just be regular people, because I don't do that at all, because none of us are throwing away our opportunity. We still going to work every day, still taking care of our family. So speak on it. I appreciate it. Yes, that's cool, but I don't need to stop playing football, uh, be out in the streets and protesting and all that good stuff.
Okay, that's fair. I think what Irv is trying to say is that if you're not willing to give up the same thing that you asking other people to give up, even if they're in celebrity lifestyle, then you should shut the hell up.
Pretty much, in a nutshell.
And I agree with that. But if you're not willing to shoulder the burden that comes along with taking that stand, then you should shut the hell up. Point blank. Period. We have every right to ask our stars to we have every right to ask them to put it on the line, but to judge them for making a choice not to is you out of bounds.
D. Stanfield, nobody remembers the young man that put his fist up. That was a Dallas Cowboy that got cut from the team.
Yep.
Nobody knows his name.
Yep.
Nobody still says his name or keeps his name out there. That young man lost his opportunity. He's no longer in the NFL. But everybody else went to work today.
And some idiots to say, well, at least he still has his dignity. His dignity ain't paying bills.
Nah. He worked his whole life to get to the NFL.
Yeah.
He threw it away.
One reason I respect Jay-Z so much, and me and Corey talk about this in private, but one reason I respect Jay-Z so much is one thing that he always says is that the best thing I could do for people that's in poverty or in turmoil is not to add to that number. That means if I'm in poverty, I can't help you. So
yeah. I agree with you. And look, man, it's about 12:30. I feel like we need to go get to our final perspective.
oh man, we ain't got nothing else to talk about. Come on, man, it's late night.
Talk about that,
I don't have no life, man. Come on. All right, man.
No mama in school, so we need to go and go to our final perspective, guys. So Bo, I'm gonna start with you, man. Talk to me, man. What's your final perspective?
I don't really talk about this type of stuff much, but justice for Breonna Taylor. We did all that protesting. We did all that stuff in it, and we still at square one when it comes to this type of stuff in America. And at the end of the day, we got to realize that us as black people, we want change, but it ain't gonna. I don't even. Shit, we ain't gonna never get it. Not in this country. We not. I mean, the NBA did all that Black Lives Matters on the court, on the say her name on the shirt and all that. For what? Ain't shit changed. They still playing though, ain't they? So what was all that for? You sit out, you boycott the game? For what? Ain't nothing changed. And it ain't gonna change. So either you gonna I don't even know. I don't even know what to say, man. This shit just crazy. And this is America.
I got you. I respect your position and I understand where you're coming from. Courtney, talk to me, man. What's your final perspective?
Final perspective, man. Be careful out there, y'all. be real, child. I really don't got a sports one today. I could have made up some, but be careful out there, y'all. We dealing with a lot of BS. We dealing with a lot of people in their feelings, man. People emotional right now. Tensions is high. Uh, keep your head on a swivel. Keep your eyes up. Stay around. Stay focused. Keep your health up. Work out. Eat right. Let's get through 2020, y'all.
Yeah, no doubt. And funny, my final perspective was gonna be on Darren Waller, but you guys brought it up. Just shout out to the man. Like I said, seeing him.
Shout out.
I remember seeing him in Sprouts Market, stocking shelves, and it was always cool to chop it up with him because he was a Raven, and I'm a Raven fan. I hated when Las Vegas snatched him off of our practice squad because I was hoping we could still stash him. And I just had visions of him and Hayden Hurst before, of course, Mark Andrews came through. What that tight end court was going to look like. But just shout out to that man for just being hungry and continuing along with his dreams and realizing his dreams. So, D. Stanfield, bring us home, man. What's your final perspective?
Daniel Cameron, you ain't shit, man. You a coon ass nigga, man. Fuck you.
Wow. That's how you going to do it?
That's how I feel, man. You a coon ass nigga, man. Fuck you. You ain't shit. You just like every one of them black Republicans that got up on the goddamn the Republican National Convention RNC and fucking Herschel Walker your ass to the White House so that you can gain some type of clout against motherfuckers that really don't give a fuck about you. They only have you in their company because you can do something for them. You're protecting the people that they really care about, and for that they will give you temporary satisfaction and justification. Fuck you. You are no different than the motherfuckers that snitched on the revolution that was happening during slavery days, man. You are no different. Different times, different toilet, the same motherfucking shit, man. Fuck you. I hope that you burn in hell, and I hope that the gasoline draws go in the inside of your intestines and burn you from the inside out. That being said, and I say that with all sincerity because I have no respect for people with no integrity or no general concern for the people that put them in the place that they are. Shifting my point of view, we have lost a ton of people this year. Sports related, I want to go back. Cliff Robinson, John Thompson. I didn't really feel like I gave them their just due. Times are really, really hard right now. Times are really, really hard right now. And it's not enough that we are in a pandemic that is literally controlling our every move and decision, like life decisions. It's not enough about that. On top of that, people in our general community that have made historic impressions, taking historic steps towards making sure that we as a people leave an imprint for representation purposes for the children and our children's children and generations to come to understand that we matter. They're being taken from us in drones, and there's nothing that we can do about it. So while we out here criticizing people for making choices for their families and their lives, think about it twofold. We just talked about questioning our stars for not making the choices that we feel like they should make. But if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to put it on the line right there with them and be on the front lines right there with them, shut the fuck up. It was 2 years ago, me and Court had a conversation about the Colin Kaepernick situation, and Court literally looked me in my eye and said, I know what the fuck I'll die for. And we saw eye to eye on that. Do you even know? I do. It ain't much, but I do. Take some time tonight. Look in the mirror. I know it's late. Y'all might not even be paying attention. But take some time, look in the mirror, and figure out who the fuck you are and what the fuck really matters to you. And then walk in that. That's my fresh perspective. We out.